Let's cut straight to it. Here is how you can promote your music in a logical way that actually makes sense. And one thing I want to mention is stop being a monkey. There's an analogy of a few monkeys that were inside of a cage and there was a banana on top. And these monkeys, every time they climbed up the ladder to get the banana, the experimenters would spray icy water on these monkeys, right? The monkeys then learned, okay, I'm not supposed to climb up the ladder and get the banana. So what did the monkeys do? They got a consequence. So what? The experimenters replaced one of the monkeys with a new monkey. And of course, this monkey was unaware that the icy water would be sprayed on him or her when climbing up the ladder. So climbed up and then got beat by these other monkeys because these monkeys were like, don't climb up the ladder, you're gonna get us beat. So they beat the shit out of this new monkey, but this new monkey had no idea why he or she was getting beat. Then what happened next? The experimenter replaced another monkey with a new monkey, and now these two monkeys beat the shit out of this monkey for trying to climb up the ladder and getting the banana. Then the last generation 1 monkey got replaced by a new monkey, and this monkey tried to climb up the ladder and got beat up by the other monkeys. So what do we learn here? Is that these 3 monkeys actually have no idea why they got beat up for climbing up the ladder. They were not aware that the reason why the other monkeys, the generation 1 monkeys, beat them up is because their consequence for climbing up the ladder was to get sprayed by icy cold water. So these monkeys are now just beating the shit out of each other for no reason, just because they know that climbing up the ladder means getting beat the shit out of. So I bring this up because this is kind of like what we do in day to day. But if I want to talk about music, why do you spend $10 to $20 on creating album cover art, right? $20. Matter of fact, I know people who charge on average like $50 for an album cover art. Why do you pay $50 in album cover art? And you complain about $15 in a beat. Why do you pay $50 for an album cover art? It's because that's what everyone does. You have no idea why, but you just do it because it's gonna help with your music career, right? Paying for an album cover art. It's a cool animation, it looks cool. Okay, it looks cool to who? To you. I've never scrolled past an album cover. All these album cover arts look like this and this and this. They're all boring, but yet they pay $50, $100 for these professional looking album covers. Where the album covers that actually grab my attention are the ones that look like this and this and this. Album covers that actually deliver a strong and bold message. There's a level of authenticity and character behind these album covers, and they're free. With this $50, you can go ahead and spend that on getting 2 influencers that makes sense, of course, to create content with your music. You know, I mean, it's a much better choice. Not that this is gonna get you viral, but it's a much better choice over just getting somebody to make art. Like, okay, an art, since when was that a good idea? Why do we do this? In addition, your promo strategy might look like this. Please skip the next 30 seconds if you were not serious about music. Being an independent artist, especially if you're trying to make it, which is why I assume you're watching this video, is difficult. That's because it's a business. And when anything becomes a business, especially one which is creative, and you have to both put on a creative hat and a business hat, it is difficult. It is hard. Imagine what it would be like if you had somebody that you can bounce ideas off of. Somebody to ask for advice. And also a place in which you can get exclusive content regularly. And also a place where you have other members who are experiencing similar things to you, other musicians. This is my mentorship services. If you're curious and you want to find out more, go ahead and apply down below. Drop day is on July 1st, and it is now April 10th. Okay, so 3 months to my drop, all right? Month 1, month 2, month 3. 3 months to my drop, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna start recording content, and then also I'm gonna start posting here. But right here, I'm gonna post more content, and then when it drops, I'm gonna tell everybody, oh, actually, you know what? I'm also gonna get people to pre-save my song. And then when it drops, I'm gonna get everybody to share my music. Yeah, this is gonna be what makes me successful. Bro, everybody does this. Why would it work for you? You know how stupid this is? You make a song, and then you're thinking in your head, yeah, this song is so good. Nobody knows this song exists. And without confidence as to whether or not people even like your song, you spend 3 months. 3 months is 1/4 of an entire year promoting a song. You have no idea whether or not people like it or not. Why do you do that? And by the way, 1/4 of a year, think about it this way. Realistically, you will probably only make music for 10 years, probably longer, but for most people, probably a few years, and you're willing to spend 3 months, which is a huge percentage of your time of making music, promoting a song which you're not even certain about. Just in your mind, you feel like it's gonna do well because you like the song. You like the song. Music is a business. I might like the idea of a credit card, that flies in the air. This is not a credit card, by the way, so don't even try to steal my info. To other people, that's not a good idea. I might like macaroni and cheese with wasabi sauce and tomato sauce, but other people don't like it. Music is a business. You're making music for other people, okay? It's not, don't think, oh no, music's for myself. You're watching a video about promo, and therefore you care about other people listening to music. Music is for other people. Once you try to make it a business, just accept it. If you don't want music to be about other people, then just make music for yourself and don't care about the streams. Don't watch this video. So this is what you don't want to do. Building up hype. It's fallacy. It's bullshit. And additionally, why is this such a big problem? It's because this is not a strategy. What it is it builds hope and excitement that this is gonna work, that you're gonna blow up. And then you get disappointed. What does disappointment create? Fear. So now the next time around when it comes to you dropping your next song, this fear is gonna be involved. So with your next drop, you're gonna have a little bit of fear in dropping your next song. But what do you do again? You do the same strategy, you don't learn from your mistake. You build hype, which is more like building hope. And then you get disappointed and you build even more fear. 2 times of fear, 2 times of disappointment, and not 2 times of hype. And you do this over and over again till you just end up hating music. And then you end up making 1 song a year just because it takes so much mental energy to make a song because you're so scared of disappointment. All right, so stop doing this to yourself. Just quit now because, no, don't quit. Just stop doing this. So guys, with everything, logic applies. And I'm working with some artists in India, China, America, the UK, and we don't apply this logic anymore. We don't do this anymore because this doesn't make sense. Most of them are already aware of it, but it just doesn't make sense to build hype on a song in which you're not even sure whether people like or not. So we're done about talking about that. Here is what you're gonna do instead. This is what you're gonna do for the next 30 days. Okay, this is your 30-day promo strategy. Day 0. What are you gonna do on day 0? Assuming, okay, you have music already, at least more than 5 songs, right? In which you think that, they're good songs. So what you're gonna do from day 0 to day 7. Now this period might be extended to day 14 or day 21 or day 28. Look at my math, that's 7, 14, 21, 28. Do you know your timetables? This is gonna be a song testing period. You don't even have to fully complete the song because I know how tiring it is and how hard it is to get yourself to complete a song as an artist because I do this myself as a producer. I can't even make a beat, a completed beat. I make the first 15 seconds, I'm like, yeah, I can't be bothered to finish it. Then I move on to a new idea. So the same with music, just grab snippets of the best part and test them. There's no limit to this, just test as many songs as possible and see what people like. What gets people to react, whether that be positively or negatively. Well, if your song is so ass and people are just saying your song is trash, then maybe that's not a good song, okay? Now, song testing period. From here, you'll pick out an anomaly. An anomaly is a very powerful word because it means something that stands out from the rest. So if you have this, 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 and then this, stands out. What I mean by this is that this had 5 times the positive comments in comparison to all of these. So what do? You take this song and you go ahead and test that a bit more and see, okay, was that just a one-off or do people actually like the song better? So you continue testing this song while you try making songs that are sort of similar to this as well. So you make more of these blues songs, and then you're like, okay, yeah, the song is actually doing pretty well. A lot of people are liking the song. So once you see that there's potential, that's when you mass promote it. So ignore what I said here. This is just in the future when it comes to after your first drop, when you realize that people really like the sound, you just make more of that kind of song. You don't need to try and make so many different kinds of songs to be different, you know what I mean? Just make more of what people like, of what your fans like, especially in the starting stages. So anyways, yeah, we found out this song is getting a lot of traction. What you do right away, don't even think about it, is schedule that song. Schedule your song 2 weeks in advance if you want to get your songs into playlists. You upload your song, we'll just say 15 days, and then your song drops here. And you don't have to go crazy with content. What I do if I was you is I take this song and start experimenting with content ideas. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then try different content ideas. It could be performance videos. It could be ones where you perform, where you get other kids to dance around with you. Or you can get, I don't know, videos of you in your bedroom performing, random reels to promote your song and see what does best. And once you figure out a bit of data, that's when you take all the best performing videos and go ham on drop day. So that when your song drops, you're actually pumping a shit ton of eyes onto your song. And the reason why I want you to go crazy after your drop day and not before, the before is the experimental stage for both your music and content, is because people don't have the attention span that you think they do. This makes sense, right? And during this period, by the way, where you're experimenting with content, just in case one of your videos with that song pops off, you put a pre-save link in your bio so that people pre-save your song on the spot, because people will forget about your song very, very quickly. And here is why. The people who actually like music and search for good music on Instagram, these people go through hundreds of songs in a day. And your song is just one in, realistically, probably 50 different songs that they come across in a day. So you want people to wait 3 months for your song to come out when every single week, matter of fact, every single day, they're discovering a new song that they like. Where even is your song? I'm losing it already as I'm drawing more and more songs that pop into people's minds while yours is still on the way. The music industry is a crowded place. Especially with Instagram's algorithm becoming better and better every single day, people are discovering music that they enjoy so much easier than they did years ago. Matter of fact, months ago, I'm discovering songs that I like on Instagram more now than I ever did. I'm always finding new songs, and I hate it. I always forget about songs, unless I get reminded by it time later, that don't have the song in the bio. Because I will go and see if the song is available on Spotify so I can save it, and if it's not there, I'll just forget about it. There's no way I'm waiting for the song to drop. You're not that special. Okay? So this is why you don't build hype, and this is why you need to have your song out there ASAP. It's because the hype that builds around your song is very temporary. Matter of fact, not unless you really create something that's out of this world, can you even retain someone's attention for longer than 10 seconds. So one more thing. When it comes to music or anything, we're talking about music here. So you're familiar with trial and error, right? Stop doing this. This doesn't even make sense. Trial and error, like you try things and you fail at things, okay? Yes, but you're forgetting 2 steps here. And I'm bringing this up now because the people that I mentor forget to do these 2 steps, and it's frustrating. Trial and error doesn't make sense alone. It's trial, error, reflect, and apply. Okay, and this seems obvious, but this is all you really need to do with music, with anything to gain success. Is just try, fail, or do well. And with that information, you reflect upon it, and then you apply what you've learned for your next trial. It's a cycle, okay? It's a cycle. Terra, that's my word now. Yeah, copyrighted, trademarked, that's me, Terra. That's kind of a nice name. Yeah, I come up with the best concept titles. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next class. Please use Terra.